What moment made you realize your child wasn't like the others? My son Noah was 5 when he began doing something strange every morning. Right after waking up, he'd run to the front door, open it, and place a small object on the welcome mat, a toy car, a spoon, a paperclip. Always something different, always something small. At first, I thought he was playing or pretending to mail a package, but one morning I asked why. He looked at me, serious as ever, and said, "So the people walking through don't feel lost." I didn't understand. We live in a quiet suburban neighborhood. No one just walks through. I chalked it up to a kid's imagination, until a few weeks later, when a new mailman started on our route. An older man, very kind, but with a sadness in his eyes. As he handed me our letters, he paused and said, "I don't know why, but this house, it gives me peace. Like I'm not alone when I walk by." He smiled at the little rock Noah had left on the mat that morning and added, "That's a lovely stone. Reminds me of one my grandson gave me before he passed." I watched him walk away, stunned. The stone wasn't from our yard. Noah had tucked it in his pocket after visiting a lake 3 towns over. Then came the whispers. At bedtime, I'd hear Noah talking softly in his room, not babbling, full conversations. I thought maybe he had imaginary friends, but when I listened closely, it wasn't play. It was comfort. "It's okay. You can go now. She said she forgives you." Or, "You're not stuck." The window is open. I'd ask him the next morning who he was talking to. He'd always answer the same way, just helping people find the door. One night, he came into our room crying. Not the whiny, "I had a bad dream" kind of cry. It was deep, grief-stricken sobs. "Mom," he said, shaking, "there's a man in the hallway and he's so sad. He doesn't know he's gone." I didn't know what to do, so I held him. The hallway was empty, but the air was ice cold, and the house creaked like it was exhaling sorrow. We had our home blessed after that. The activity calmed down, but Noah didn't. If anything, he grew more aware. He began sketching faces of people we didn't know, dozens of them, always with the same expression, somewhere between fear and relief. One day, I found him taping a drawing to the back of our mirror. I asked why. He said, "So she can see herself again." Preschool became difficult. Teachers said Noah was sweet but distracted. He'd zone out mid-activity, eyes fixed on a corner of the room or watching someone who wasn't there. Once, during story time, he blurted out, "Don't sit there. That's where the fire started." The teachers moved the chair as a joke. That night, a pipe burst directly above that spot, ruining the carpet. The janitor later told us the old electrical system behind the wall had nearly sparked a fire. I started reading everything I could. Psychic phenomena, intuitive children, early signs of schizophrenia. Doctors ruled out mental illness. Psychologists said he was imaginative, but imagination doesn't explain how Noah knew our neighbor's father had died before she got the phone call, or how he asked my sister if her baby's name was going to start with L a full month before she even found out she was pregnant. The scariest moment came during a thunderstorm. We lost power. Noah sat in the middle of the living room and said calmly, "It's okay. The light people will show up soon." 15 minutes later, a utility worker knocked on our door. When I told him what Noah said, he froze. My grandmother used to call us light people. She died last week. This was my first shift back. Now, I don't try to label Noah. I just protect him, support him, and let him show me the world as he sees it. Sometimes he hugs strangers at the grocery store because they're heavy and I want to lift them. Other times, he stares into space, murmuring things I'll never understand. But every now and then, he looks at me and says, "Thank you for letting me stay." And in those moments, I realize maybe he chose me not because I could teach him how to live in this world, but because I'd let him help it in ways I never could.